What is going on, Black and White Network? Normally, this would actually be in the member stream spot, but we decided to change it up a little bit here today. What's going on, Rose? What's going on, Mick?
How's it going, guys? All good
What's
here.
what's going on? Just to clarify before we get started, no, Mrs. Rance has not passed away yet.
Yeah, you come in a little. You come in a little bit hot, Rhodes.
I knew when we put emergency in there, people thought that she passed.
Yeah,
So
when I put that in, I wasn't even thinking about that.
yeah, I knew you wasn't, but I did. Somebody in the comment section said I was dreading this day. It's like, no, that's not happened yet. That's not happened. She's sleeping in the next room. So yeah. I don't know why I'm hot, but
Yeah, you came out a little bit hot. You find out, I think.
okay.
How's Rhodes audio coming in, guys? When he started talking, it was pretty loud. Yep.
It's okay.
Yeah,
Is
but
it
I
good?
do see some of our member supporters, and I see A. Ramos Jr. is in the chat right there.
I see Joe Bob Perdue in there as well. He said I stole his idea. That
Man, I completely forgot to set this up for Rumble. Man,
Oh,
missed that out. All right.
uh-oh.
We're just on the YouTube side then. Too late now.
Yeah. We're everywhere on the YouTube side right now. And in case everybody doesn't know, I'm over at my cabin right now. This is my studio. It's very much still under construction. So yeah, that's why I don't look like I'm in the same place as normal, because I'm not.
Yeah. Make sure everybody smash the thumbs up button. It's been a while since we went live. Election night will be live though on the network channel. We got over 300 people total. People still coming in. 150 on sports channel. Just under 100 on network channel. The two channels here and Matrix and Roadshow is here. So make sure you guys smash the thumbs up button. If you do not mind, we very much appreciate it.
It's been a long time since we've been live on all these channels.
Doing a live stream, weekly.
Yeah.
What do you think of the name, Roots?
Say it again.
What do you think of this week's name?
Oh, Bruce Springsteen is washed up. Yeah, the boss is out there suckling upon the teat of one Kamala Harris this week, I saw. And
I was saying to John earlier that he'd done an interview with BBC News there for his breakfast show. Like I say, you're talking about one of the biggest cases of Trump derangement syndrome out there. Oh, it was sickening. I'm glad I don't have his work in my house, basically, because it'd have been smashed up to smithereens. But he was saying that he said Trump was a thug and a scumbag, basically. That.
Hey, give me a hot 5 seconds, okay? I'll be right back.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, Rhodes, you got to come back. That's 5 seconds. All right. Let me go ahead and acknowledge the chat. Who we got here?
Joe Bob on there.
Is here. David
Darren S.
Gold.
Wendy Flieger.
KW, yeah.
Ken Carlson, Jill Jones.
I need to look on my big monitor here. It's kind of small on my
laptop.
Yeah,
I've got it on the phone there as well.
Cannoli, Shane Miller, Alma Walagiski. Sorry if I mispronounced the name. Terry Brinson is here. Smell Gooder is here. Also, Jim Thurkill. Dinetta Die is here as well. Randall Altfrick is here. Janelle Santana is here. White Sox Tom, of course, Mick is here.
Hey.
Tamika Castillo, what's up?
Nothing. I just got back on. I just had people show up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just reading who's here in the chat. We appreciate everybody, and we got a super chat. Drop those super chats, guys. We will read them. Paul Sherman, who is over here on The network channel drops $5 and says, "Good morning, gentlemen. We appreciate that." And we got a massive
$100 one.
$100 super chat on the sports channel from Conception Hoppy. We appreciate that. We appreciate these support, guys.
Thank you. I mean, thank you so much. We appreciate that.
That really there will
it's crazy.
That right there really will support the stream.
Sure will.
And, help us out a lot.
Man, sports news been slow.
It's
real
been
slow.
Dead. But Rose, I gotta do this. I'm not gonna do this for every super chat that comes in, but we gotta do it. We gotta do it. You guys deserve it.
Remember, Sally, when I promised to kill you last?
That's right, Major. You did.
I lied.
Nah. What do you mean we're not doing that for every super? Dude, give me Rocky for the $5 one.
All right,
come on,
Rocky for the $5 one. I'll give you Rocky for $5.
If I can change,
Я думаю, что каждый тоже изменился
and
сегодня.
you can change,
Вы можете измениться.
everybody can change.
Каждый может измениться.
There we go. Yeah, somebody brings up I miss the 80s. I do too. I love the 80s, man.
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
80s is great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Speaking
Seriously.
Of the 80s, I found an old school heavy metal 80s metal channel on TuneIn Radio. It's based out of Canada, playing all 80s metal. They're basically playing the first 4 albums from Metallica, Motorhead, Judas Priest, Motley Crue, and all that, and 80s thrash and all that as well. Oh, it's in my house most days. It's especially when the wife's not working from home. It's glorious. You can't beat the 80s, I think.
I love the 80s.
No, it was the greatest time. I think that's why you're seeing Hollywood try to profit off of it now. I mean, like, let's be real. I mean, that's one of the things that I think makes Stranger Things pretty cool, is that they've captured the essence of some of that 80s nostalgia and lore, you know, in the setups and the scenery, the music, all of that kind of thing, you know. What's going on with Bronny James?
I don't know if it's out in America yet, but it's available in Disney UK, Disney Plus UK. The show called Rivals. It was from a book from Jilly Cooper. That's set in the 80s. That looks good. That'd be worth looking. It's not sci-fi or anything. It's basically like scandal, sex and scandal, and all that. Basically,
you brought up Bronny James. What about him?
What's going on with Bronny James? I saw Bronny James was in the title. So
yeah. The thing is, man, after that, I might as well just jump into it because I had some things pulled up here anyway. Like right here, man.
By the way, just a quick one, Jeff. Yeah, he is. Yeah, Jeff. That is the guy that does the Metal Rock Station, does the YouTube as well. That's him. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I've just seen that. Yeah, we're talking about Bronny then.
Breaking news: Bronny James to the Chicago sky.
Oh my goodness!
He's got to be Angel Reese's backup. Oh, that's
good. Did you see that Angel Reese got an extension to her shoe deal yesterday?
Yeah, but this is what I was talking about here, man. We all heard about, well, not heard, but we saw the stage stunt that the Lakers pulled. And now, even the media themselves are saying, man, that was a stunt. And what's going to happen going forward now? Because it was pretty clear. The only reason why he actually got into that game was to make history, because he came in with like 4 minutes left in the second quarter and the Lakers are up 16. And then he comes in for 3 minutes and the Lakers get outscored by 5. And he never comes back in the game again.
Well,
it was really 5 on 4.
He should not be sniffing an active NBA roster. That should not be happening.
He should have got that money in the first place.
Lakers was $7.9 million.
I would argue he shouldn't be in the G League right now.
I don't even think he's a G League player.
That's what I mean.
not ready.
I absolutely think he should still be in college playing right now.
Yeah.
And
Rhodes, how did
I think
he
it
look
would have
in
been
college?
a long shot that he ever made even the G League. Seriously.
He wasn't even a starter at USC, and what did he do? 4.8 points per game?
Yeah.
Couldn't shoot?
Yeah. Yeah. If anybody needed to figure out a way to stay in college and play as long as possible, if they really hope to get a lot better, it was Bronny. I mean, literally, Bronny should have been the poster child for the 5-year guy, the guy that's there forever. And then hope maybe you catch on somewhere, but you shouldn't have been drafted. That's
right. That was pretty clear.
It's not Bronny's fault, by the way.
It's LeBron's
fault. It's not. I feel for the kid.
I do feel bad for the kid. But let's look at this here. This is coming from the New York Post here. Bronny James' feel-good moment with LeBron may be his last meaningful minutes for some time. The orchestrated decision to have the father-son duo appear on the court together in a regular season game led to 3 minutes of game action together and bothered some in the media who labeled it a complete sideshow and disrespectful to the game. I mean, Rob Parker is coming out slamming this here. I got a clip here before I actually get in this. I'm going to play this clip here of Michelle Beadle. She has come out and she is slammed. She has slammed this sideshow as well. It's only 13 seconds, but let's go ahead and play this.
Russell Westbrook made it to the league on his own and did all that by himself. If this isn't manufactured, then I don't know what the word manufactured means. But again, I am not impressed, and I thought this was so ridiculous. Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, everybody knows this was a stunt.
Not wrong there.
Yeah.
She's not wrong there.
No, she's not wrong at all.
Absolutely.
I'd say one thing there, guys. I'd say one thing there. Bronny James wouldn't be good enough to play in the Euro Leagues right now. He wouldn't be good to play for Real Madrid or Panathinaikos or Galatasaray, all the top European sides. He wouldn't be good enough to play in that league either. Because that's a very competitive league.
Couldn't play in China. Have you looked at the roster in China? It's almost all actual real NBA players playing
former NBA players going over there and playing. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could not play there. I kid you not.
Like I said, Luka Doncic came to the Euro Leagues.
Let's continue on with this.
I guess there's no way that Adam Silver can actually get involved. I mean, this looks like
he can't.
This is an embarrassment to the NBA, actually. And if you're a Lakers fan, how can you be okay with what your general manager just did to this team? Because that's a spot. You talking about
LeBron, right? Not on Rob Pelinka, right?
Well, yeah, him too. But I'm just saying, look, that's taking a spot away from somebody that legitimately deserves to be on that team and that we know would be a better player. So they're not doing everything they can to have the best team on the court or even available on the bench. That's not what they're doing here. Yeah. Anyway.
Look here. It says the 20-year-old did not appear again in the Lakers' 110-103 win over the Timberwolves. It is unlikely the second-round pick will be a part of the Lakers' regular rotation going forward as the veteran team competes for a playoff spot in the Western Conference. The younger James is considered a long-term investment after he had one mediocre season at USC that followed a cardiac arrest incident during a preseason practice. This is what Bronny said, quote, "My days aren't normal anymore. I still feel like I am getting back. I'm getting back to where I was." Well, where were you? I mean, that's the thing right there. Where were you? That's what I'm trying to figure out right now.
That's something that we haven't even talked about either. What about the cardiac arrest in all this? I mean, I'm thinking, honestly, can you imagine if he falls out on a Lakers court? Can you imagine that? If Bronny James, if that exact same scenario happens on an NBA court, let's say the Lakers home court, we think DeMar Hamlin was a big deal. But if that happens in an NBA game playing for the Lakers, holy hell.
Something's telling me it's unlikely.
I'm actually thinking here, right? Didn't they have like stringent medicals when they actually signed for the team as well before they get their contracts?
Dude, I'm sure they
do physicals. They do physicals.
I'm sure they did physicals.
No, we call them medicals, but in the soccer world, it's a medical.
Do we trust
before they
anything that's
been contract? They have a medical.
I mean, was anything going to stop this? Do I trust anything involved here, from the medicals on?
No, I think it's everything. And his agent was it? Well, what's his agent's name again? Adele's boyfriend.
Yeah, it's Rich Paul.
I mean,
yes.
Actually, they're married. I think Adele and Rich Paul, I believe, are married.
This is theatrics. We're watching the theatrical situation play out on an NBA team right now. This is like, everybody talks about the NFL being rigged and scripted. This shit feels scripted, and I'm not talking about
it was easily scripted.
The outcome on the floor, but just the process of him getting to the floor. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's embarrassing. The league should be embarrassed. There's two things the league should be embarrassed about right now. Number one, Joel Embiid and him wanting to take how many games off along with these other stars, and evidently the Sixers. The Sixers are under investigation right now by the NBA.
Investigation for that too.
And this Bronny James situation. That's the two fiascos going on in the NBA right now. It's nonsense. Look, I contest with all the problems the NBA's had over the years, and Lord knows they jumped face first into the fiery hell known as woke politics. One of their biggest issues is their stars not wanting to play anymore. Especially for guys like me that grew up in an era where you could turn over, every star's basketball card and see an 81 next to game played. Guys played every game. They played 40 minutes, night in, night out. Unless they were legitimately hurt, they played night in and night out. It's embarrassing.
Yep. We got another super chat here. This is from the network channel from Gamercool 2048. Says, I've been watching your channel for years, even more than I play games on my PC, and that speaks volumes because I'm a hardcore gamer. Keep up the hard work, Trump 2024. Well, we appreciate it. We appreciate that super chat.
Thanks for that.
Thanks,
absolutely.
Thanks to everybody on support.
We appreciate it.
You look at Rose. You look at these max contracts you get in the NBA. It's the 60. If you play 65 games in a year, you're entitled to the max contract. So I think they're just playing for the minimum. They're not playing the full season.
It's pathetic.
It's absolute.
Look, David Stern would have never allowed this crap to happen in his
Stern
league.
Is the one that dropped the hammer on the Spurs. Because Greg Popovich, man, he'll sit Tim Duncan. He didn't care. Kawhi
That's right.
David Stern put a stop to that.
Yeah, he stomped it out very quickly.
Yeah,
and there was a ton of that the league badly needs a David Stern right now because we've talked about this. A lot of fans aren't going to come back until LeBron retires and until Adam Silver's actually out the door too. Which tells you exactly shows you exactly how bad the WNBA is, because Adam Stern looks like the iron fist of justice compared to their commissioner.
Yeah.
I mean, that's frightening.
I gotta drop that for that super chat, man.
I love black people. I love black people. Who's your Jerry? You my motherfucker. What you gonna do, Jerry? Show me the money.
I should play that for every $100 super chat. That's what I should have played.
Back when black people were in movies, not just for propaganda.
Yeah. That's funny, man. You see a black person in a movie now, and now it's considered like groundbreaking or something. Like Sidney Poitier was never in a movie with white people, right? And Sidney Poitier is before me and Rose times.
Oh yeah. And unfortunately, Hollywood's gotten so blatantly obvious with their virtue signaling. Now I see a black person come on the screen. I'm like, is this real or is this fake? Is this?
Yeah.
What are you doing right now exactly?
Kind of like that disastrous Acolyte show. You didn't see it, did you, Rhodes?
No, I didn't waste
the people in that woke,
on that.
The people in that woke Star Wars show, man, they really made you think that there was never any black people in Star Wars.
The
now,
best
Rose and I are big time Star Wars fans. I do believe there was actually black people acting in Star Wars. Ahmad Best, was he not in the prequels? Was Samuel Jackson not in the prequels?
Billy D. Damn Williams.
Billy D. Williams, one of the coolest people out there. Was he not in Star Wars?
God, a great character. He was in fact in a Star Wars. He was in fact introduced in the greatest Star Wars entity ever created called The Empire Strikes Back. Yeah.
And I do believe the voice of Darth Vader, the most menacing villain ever, was
James Earl Jones. James Earl Jones. Oh,
yeah. Maybe
that's where we are. I mean, seriously, I'm like looking now. I'm like giving the fuzzy eyeball to the screen. I'm like, why are you really here? Are you going to contribute in a constructive way, or did Disney ramrod you in here somehow just to be here? You know, which is the most insulting thing to black people ever. I mean, look, Disney might as well just have black people out there just dancing and doing all kinds of racist ass shit from back in the day. You know, it's like, oh, they plugged in that dude just to play out some politics. Thanks.
Yep, exactly.
Thanks. God. What's that woman's name that played in the Acolyte? The one that made the cringy rap video that everybody was making fun of?
Amanda Steinberg.
The best thing to come out of that was that edit that was done with Ryan Kendall's face in that video.
Oh, man, that was hilarious, man.
God, it was priceless. That was the best. That was the greatest contribution the Acolyte gave us was dancing Ryan Kendall with an afro. I mean, that was the best thing that came out of that.
Wait a minute. You ignored the chat. How are we ignoring the chat?
Dude, my chat stopped. I wondered about that.
Really?
Yeah, my chat has been stuck on the same.
Okay, because
it's my chat's running down the phone at the moment.
I had to jiggle this and hit new comments for the chat to keep rolling.
See, in StreamYard here, I'm seeing the chat moving. I don't know. There may be a little bit of a delay, but I'm seeing the chat moving here. Like Darren S right here just said, "Ain't no party like a Bronny party." That just came up. Like,
mine was in fact stuck. Yeah, it was stuck way up there.
Oh, so maybe on the other side, on YouTube side, it was probably freezing, and I don't know. Another thing about YouTube, man, because I read some of the comments on the videos, people saying that we're blocking their comments. No, that is YouTube automatically deleting comments, or it'll go into held for review.
This is interesting. Where is this? Damn it! Quit jumping. The chat is delayed because they're heavily censoring the live chat for election season.
I wouldn't be surprised.
That's an interesting theory. That is an interesting theory.
Well, look at this here, guys. Look at this here. They cannot censor this right here, man, because speaking of, this is looking really bad for Kamala Harris. It's now tied. Just like 3 days ago, it was her up by 0.8 in aggregate. on the popular vote, and we know that was actually BS. She dropped to 0.6, and now they have it as a full-blown tie right now.
And
this is bad, man.
What were we talking about right before we came on? We talked about the fact that when you have left-leaning national polls showing it to be a tie, that's a very bad sign for Democrats. A very bad sign for Democrats. That said, do not let that stop you from going out and voting for Trump. You got to get out and vote.
Let me go full Dan Bongino here. No red wave talk. You must go out there, execute, bring 10 people. No red wave talk. You got to go vote.
Absolutely. You've got to get out and still vote. Yes.
But this is bad, man, when you have the New York Times saying it's a tie. The Wall Street Journal has Trump +3. Now, Rasmussen, who has been pretty accurate, Trump by 2. Atlas Intel, who was the most accurate pollster, has Trump +3. This is bad, man. And the more she's opening her mouth, man, that CNN town hall was a disaster.
Ooh, it was bad.
Anderson Cooper, man.
Clowned her. Dude, Anderson Cooper clowned Kamala Harris.
He couldn't get her to answer one single question. and now CNN, David Axelrod, Obama's guy, talking about word salad. A communist like Van Jones going off on her putting out word salad. Oh, that was bad, man. That was bad. The more she's talking, the further she's actually diving deep in the hole. And by the way, today is the big day, man. It is Trump on Rogan.
Oh, that's right.
I can't wait.
That's right.
I can't wait.
I don't know when it's going to drop. I wish they would actually record that live.
Hey, somebody in the comments section said that I not to lie, I had to have an Angel Reese poster in my house. Don't hide it from anybody. So I was just going to say, no, I carry a picture of her on my phone all the time. There she is right there. There she is. The beautiful Angel Reese. I got her as my screensaver on my phone. Yep. Absolutely. That's funny. That's really
hilarious.
Funny. I wonder what happened on her podcast yesterday. You know, she's got the most cringiest podcast ever created known to man.
I didn't know she had a podcast.
And yeah.
Really?
And you know what's funny about that is she doesn't want anybody to think that she hates Caitlin Clark, but like she had Cheryl Swoops and Dejanay Carrington on in like 2 out of 3 episodes or something like that. I'm like, so you brought the 2 biggest Caitlin Clark haters on your podcast immediately. But we're supposed to believe, yeah, you're all in on Caitlin Clark. Okay. Yeah. She is literally still just cashing checks off Caitlin Clark. Like she ought to give Caitlin Clark a commission at this point. Give her 3% of everything you do.
She just got a shoe extension from Reebok there yesterday.
Did she?
Reebok extended her. And she's going to have a signature shoe out of it as well.
This is something you want to look at. I did just see this right before we went
Super
live.
Chat?
Yep.
Kent Reese, breaking news. A federal judge in Virginia said that illegal aliens can vote. Governor Youngkin is vowed to appeal it. The thing is, though, that's not surprising because what happened is that the Harris and Biden administration sued Virginia because Virginia was actually removing non-citizens from voting rolls. And if you should know that the law in Virginia requires that the state is ongoing in actually removing non-citizens. Thing is, man, flat out, they want to cheat. It's just that simple. It's just that simple, man. Why in the world would you actually sue Virginia if you don't want illegals voting?
Democrat, dude, that's been the whole point of this invasion. I don't care what anybody says. That is the That is the ultimate end game to this invasion across the border, was to manufacture a larger Democratic voting base. That's what all of this has been about. I mean, there's no other explanation for it outside of the fact that they are just trying to get people in here so that they can figure out a way to get them to vote. Oh, they're not hiding it.
And here's the funny thing, man. During that CNN town hall, Kamala Harris all of a sudden now says she supports a border wall, but yet also she's talking about mass amnesties and path to citizenship for illegals. They're not hiding it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they're not hiding it at all.
This is more election interference that's happening here now. Keir Starmer, the UK Prime Minister, his party was sending 100 volunteers to help canvass with Come Swallow Harris. Did you hear about that? And
No, I didn't hear about that.
Complaining about that.
I did not hear about that.
One of the girls from the Labour Party in the UK put a tweet out looking for people to come over to America to help canvass with Kamala Harris. I mean, Come Swallow Harris, I mean. And she removed the tweet. Then Donald Trump actually put in a complaint about election interference.
Yeah.
He's gone after Starmer over it.
This is why I said you got to go out there and vote early if you can, if your state actually has it. Don't wait till election day. Go out there right now, because they're obviously just telling you what they want to do. But thank you for that super chat.
Yeah, absolutely.
We say, Mickey, you got cut off right before.
Before, like I say, to hear an English accent and all that, like, I urging people to vote for Donald Trump. If you like your money, you like your freedom, you need to vote for Trump. Otherwise, goodbye to freedom, hello to communism, one world government, and all this nonsense.
Yeah,
only Donald Trump can save that.
Yeah, Kent Carlson here in Texas, we cleared over 1 million of the shit illegals. It wasn't all illegals. It was a combination of dead people and illegals got removed from the voter rolls.
Dude, look, extrapolate that over the entire country. Yeah, I mean, honestly, and then zero that in on swing states, because that's really what the election comes down to, is the swing states when it's all said and done. So, although I can't wait to see how close it is in some of these blue states, because I got a feeling it's going to be very eye-opening. I think some of these blue states are going to be a lot closer than people think.
Yeah.
I think New York's going to be a tight one.
I believe Virginia's going to flip. That's why they're going after Virginia, because they're stopping the illegals from voting. I think Virginia's going to flip. Remember, before Biden dropped out, I think Trump was actually in the lead in Virginia.
Well, they already flipped governor. I mean,
they already flipped the governor. Yeah. And I think that Democrats have given up on Georgia and Arizona. And Kamala Harris is going to be wasting her time here in Texas this weekend, and she's not going to win Texas. Man, if we didn't have this stream, I'd probably actually go down to Gallery Furniture right now, because Mattress Mac is holding a Trump rally down there at his store. So
an actual Trump rally? I know Trump's supposed to.
I don't know if
Trump's going to be in Austin today.
Yeah, he's not going to be. I don't know if Trump's going to drop by or not. But I got a email from the Harris County GOP saying that Mattress Mac is holding a Trump rally.
I think New York's going to be tight.
It's going to be tighter for sure. I don't think Trump is necessarily going to win New York, but I think it can be a single-digit win for the Democrats, which would be a disaster.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot closer. Yeah.
I think New Mexico can flip. I really do believe New Mexico can flip.
Look, the first assassination attempt, I think the one thing it did was it got a lot of people to publicly peel back the curtain on their Trump support. You know,
Yeah.
like they're full on people that you thought might support Trump came out and blatantly acknowledged, you know, normally celebrities, none of them would. Did you? I mean, Trump was saying this week that The Rock called him.
Yep.
Like immediately after the assassination attempt.
I can tell
and
you
they
this,
talked
man.
for a while. And I was like,
I believe The Rock is voting Trump. He's just not
I
coming
do
out
too.
and saying it.
I do too. Yeah, I do too. I don't think he'll come out and outright acknowledge that.
No, he's not.
But I think he's voting
it's
for
pretty
Trump.
obvious.
Yeah,
It's
I
pretty
think it is
obvious.
too now.
He said that I wouldn't be shocked if Cardi B was actually voting Trump. She's made it pretty clear, man. She is not happy with the Biden-Harris administration. So I ain't endorsing nobody. That's pretty much an endorsement of Trump without even saying it. The Rock, I'm willing to bet, is 100% going to vote for Trump, whether he says it or not. Now, Zachary Levi has actually called out Hollywood because he knows there's a whole bunch of those actors out there that want to say they vote for Trump, but he called them out for being cowards and not coming out and being vocal.
Well, they say there's what they call the new Hollywood blacklist, which is Hollywood conservatives that are like living in hiding or something like that. You know, not like they're conservative, but they're just playing the role just in order to not have their career die.
Yeah,
is essentially what I understand it to be.
Speaking of, man, you got to see this here. One guy that's really not afraid here. Mel Gibson.
Oh yeah,
listening to him. This dropped yesterday.
The president is being voted on in days. What's your thoughts?
Oh man, that's a big question.
What's Trump?
I don't think it's going to surprise anyone who I vote for.
Well, so I mean, I'm gonna guess. You go in. Yeah. I'm gonna guess Trump. Is that a bad guess?
I think it's a pretty good guess.
Well, what do you think the world will be like in a second term with President Trump's second term? A lot of people
I know what it'll be like if we let her in.
Yeah. Oh, really?
That ain't good.
Yeah. Well, listen.
Miserable track record, appalling track record, no policies to speak of.
Yeah. And the border, right?
And she's got the IQ of a fence post.
That went viral yesterday, man. Mel Gibson.
Oh, that's good.
Knew he
Did
was
you all
supporting
see
Trump.
the T-shirt Le'Veon Bell had the other day at a Trump rally?
No, I didn't see it, but Le'Veon Bell came out and said he got out of a police stop because he was rocking what was it, a MAGA hat or a Trump
he had
shirt?
his MAGA hat on. Yeah, I saw it.
okay.
I retweeted it this morning.
He got a T-shirt made. He got a T-shirt made saying Trump versus the Tramp.
You know, Le'Veon and AB were in Pittsburgh the other day putting on this voting thing and encouraging people to vote for Trump. Yeah. Yeah. Was that AB's suite that Trump was in at that game?
I didn't know he had a suite. I don't know.
Yeah, remember he was up in that suite. They showed him on NBC.
Oh, okay.
They showed him on NBC. Trump, that is. NBC actually showed him.
Well, I can't really read that shirt.
Trump versus the Tramp.
Oh, okay. Because I didn't see that one. But AB was throwing out terrible towels that actually had Trump Vance 2024. Yeah. And it's really amazing, man, how like Trump can go to all these blue areas.
Yeah.
And
a
lot of people show up.
Yeah.
But if like a Biden or Harris goes to blue areas, almost nobody shows up.
Apparently as well, that Ryan Clark went off on one on Twitter, slagging off Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell for supporting Trump as well.
Yeah, T.O. too, man. AB called out T.O. also.
Well, look, most presidential candidates would be dead in the water if they were at a rally and somebody said Christ is king and that person said you're at the wrong rally. Yeah. They would have lost the election right then and there on the spot. it's over.
If this was the
wrap.
1980s and 90s, you would have lost in a landslide.
Political suicide. Absolutely. Political suicide.
Landslide. But now, and it's funny because then she actually goes to a black church the next day. It doesn't make any sense. You're slamming God one day, then you want to go into a church the next day to con people into voting for you? Yeah.
Well, it's just like all these fake preachers supporting abortion.
Yep.
I mean,
Raphael Warnock, fake pastor.
Raphael Warnock for one, yeah.
I still don't get how he actually got elected. And I'm going to be curious, man, when when is he up for re-election? I think he got a 6-year term, so would it be 2028?
Warnock?
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out how people vote in Georgia.
Yeah.
Because I don't understand. How do you vote for Kemp and then vote for Warnock? How does that happen?
Kemp won big time.
I know it.
In the 2022, right?
Yeah.
2022, he won big time. So, and they like Kemp out there in Georgia. But you're going to tell me you're going to vote for Raphael Warnock? Really? Gerald Armstrong, $5. Mel Gibson said Kamala has an IQ of a fence post. We just played that clip. We just played that. Man, this thing is jumping all over me, man.
I know it. The chat's moving.
Yeah. We appreciate that super chat.
Thank you for that.
There we go.
Well, she also jumped out there and said that she would support or keep a bunch of Biden's current policies. And it was like, oh, okay. That
not very smart.
Political suicide trick number 2 you pulled in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Wow. Unbelievable. And I'll give Brett Baer credit. He's maybe my least favorite, one of my least favorite entities at Fox News, but he trapped her with that question on Biden's mental acuity still being mentally functional and present to do the job, where it was like she was talking about Trump and then he said, well, when did you know when Biden's mental acumen was starting to drop off? And she was like, you could see the fear just scrolled across Kamala Harris's face. Like, oh, I walked right into it. Yeah. It was bad for her, seriously. Rhodes wants to talk about Angel Reese so badly. You can see it on his face. No, man, I'm good. I might talk about Angel later today at some point in a video. In fact, you could almost guarantee it.
$2 super chat from Kevin Henry here. Have you ever seen 2 girls, 1 cup?
I've heard rumors. Oh, John doesn't know. John, do you not know what that is? I saw your face. You do know what that is, right?
I never heard of it.
Oh, God. I saw it come across you. I was like, whoa, John doesn't know. Like 20 years ago, it was a massive, like, what was it, a porn site or something, where every week a woman would release a video, 2 women would release a video of them eating a cup of ice cream, except it wasn't ice cream and it was chocolate.
Wait a minute. Now it's starting to like dawn on me again. You realize the 90s are like 25 years ago, man. Man.
But I didn't even think it was a 9. I thought it was like 20 years ago, something like that.
Right.
Man, that's disgusting.
Oh, look at this old friend of the channel creeping back in here. Eric
I was
Breen.
expecting Brett Baer's muscle memory taking over during the interview and calling Arizona for Harris. Was he the one that called Arizona on Fox?
Yes, absolutely.
The higher ups called for it. I mean, he's just reading it.
It's my understanding he did not want to call it.
Yeah,
and the people
I think he
above
actually
him
came out came out and said it too. I mean, the on-air people, man, they're not the one making the calls. That's the decision desk.
He said as soon as they did, his phone beeped, and he knew immediately it was Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And he looked down, and Trump was like, "What are you guys doing right now?"
Yep. Raphael rolling $10. I'm a Democrat, but I still love and support black and white sports. Well, we appreciate it. We appreciate everybody that comes through here.
Everybody is welcome here. Absolutely.
Yeah, everyone is welcome here. Appreciate the super chat.
I shouldn't do it.
Well, if you want to censor us, that's a different thing right there, because you're going to get massive censorship with Kamala Harris.
Timothy asked if we were interacted to the chat like 25 seconds after I just read Eric's comment in the chat. Good job. All right.
Yeah.
They're censoring people in Europe now, so it's going to happen in America. If Kamala Harris gets in, with the same to you there now. Ireland will be going to the polls at the end of November as well, by the way. It's not official yet.
Manny Lamont's got a good one. Manny Lamont with the super chat.
Okay. Manny Lamont, $5. Imagine if Harris has talked to Xi or Putin and she starts off, I was raised in the middle class. She's an absolute, man, I was raised in a middle class, and she was not raised in a middle class family.
She
lived in a very, very high class area in Canada.
That's a lie.
That is a complete lie.
Yep.
A complete lie.
Remember, Sally, when I promised to kill you last?
That's right, Major. You did.
I lied.
That was just fitting to play that one right there. That was fitting with that super chat.
Mick, where are you at today? Where are you at right now today?
You're back at home.
Where is home? So people ever Dublin.
I'm in Dublin. Yeah.
Dublin. Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah, I was in London for the past 2 weeks for the 3 NFL games in London.
Yeah, that's right. A black and white sports contributor that's on the move. Yeah. Going to NFL games and such overseas. Absolutely.
The Patriots were poor Sunday. They just let Trevor Lawrence let rip on them. And Tank Bigsby.
The Patriots are in an epic meltdown right now. To watch, I mean, Bill Belichick is laughing his ass off right now at this debacle that's going on in New England. That entire team is melting down. Their shitty wide receivers want off the team. I mean, honestly, they do. KJ Osborne thinks he's Terrell Owens all of a sudden. You're a fourth string wide receiver. You're the fourth wide receiver. And some could argue you ought to be like the seventh, and they only have 6. So,
yeah.
Wait.
They're having a
meltdown.
meltdown.
About Bo Nix not getting much go throwing short passes and all that. Like Drake May was exactly the same on Sunday. He couldn't string any long passes at all.
I like Drake May. He looks like a good quarterback to me.
He has potential.
He's got potential, but that team is trash. The offensive line is horrible. Their biggest problem is they should have hired Mike Vrabel. I mean, come on. Mike Vrabel fell right in your lap when you needed a coach. And you hired Gerard Mayo because of some kind of thing that happened between Mayo and Robert Kraft 5 years ago when they were on some kind of holiday or something together. That's not how you hire head coaches in the NFL. Robert Kraft has literally turned himself into Jimmy Haslam. He's turned himself into Jimmy Haslam and David Tepper. It's
Patriots
crazy.
Have turned into the 1980s Patriots when they were horrible.
Yeah.
Honestly, you know who they better be careful. And even I can't, but I think the fall of them could be like this, they're going to look up and they're going to have been without a Super Bowl appearance in the way that the Cowboys have been without a Super Bowl appearance after all these years. You know, I mean, look at how many Super Bowl championships the Cowboys had, and they haven't sniffed one since.
Nope.
The Patriots are headed down that road, but with the painfulness of being the Browns or the Panthers in the process, where at least the Cowboys will make it into the playoffs and then will rip the heart out of their fans. The Patriots may not sniff the playoffs in the next 7 years. Yeah. I mean, that's possible. Yeah. It's a joke. It truly is.
I like this comment here from Manny Lamont. Remember when I said I was black? I lied. That is good. That's a good one.
I still think Doug Peterson's gone from the Jags. There's still a chance Belichick could be the coach there next season. But like I say, I'm predicting about 5-6 coaches will be going out of there by the end of the season.
I predict a 3-way war for Belichick between the Jags, the Cowboys, and the Giants. That's going to be your 3-way war. And there's always a chance the Eagles jump in.
I still believe Belichick is going to the Cowboys.
Well, Belichick should be your coach right now.
He should have been.
Yeah.
But like I said, I believe there was some kind of collusion. And Mike McCarthy, man, he knows he's done. And that's probably another reason why the players have checked out on him. I mean, as badly as they've been beaten at home, the players obviously are checked out.
Actually, I will say this too. If Belichick wasn't your coach right now, or should have been your coach, there's no way in hell he shouldn't have hired Sean Payton when he had the chance. He wanted to hire him all the years. He did not do it. Yeah.
Sean Payton lives in Dallas. He's right there.
Yeah, I know it. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. It's insane.
Sean Payton's fixing the Broncos right now. He's doing a really good job of it. Broncos fans are very happy right now. We can sniff the playoffs.
Look, Peyton was going, and he did it last year. Peyton was going to field a competitive team every year, pretty much. And all you can hope is, hey, is the team going to be competitive? Are we going into the last couple of weeks with the chance to get into the playoffs? Because when you get into the playoffs, you never know what might happen. I mean, the Chiefs may roll out there and Patrick Mahomes may break his ankle. You know, I mean, that's possible. And somehow you snuck into the second round and you got a backup quarterback for the Chiefs out there and the Broncos defense on the other end. Who knows what happens? Yeah. You just hope to be there and to see what happens. You know, seriously. Yeah, Raiders, baby. Raiders and Chiefs is this weekend, I believe. I think that's happening this weekend. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they're also playing the Black Friday game this year as well, Raiders Chiefs.
Let's be real about this, man. Me and Rhodes have talked about this.
I know.
Offline.
I was going to bring it up if you didn't.
These MVP odds are they're pretty wild. Okay.
Yeah.
I get it that the Chiefs are 5-0. I get that, but why are they 5-0? It ain't because of their offense.
Defense.
No,
that's defense.
Yeah.
Why in the hell do they have Patrick Mahomes as number 4 in MVP? The dude has not played up to his standards. I mean, through how many games they played? 5 games. This dude has 6 touchdowns and 8 interceptions.
Ooh. Yeah.
And he threw 2 against the 49ers.
Yeah.
He hadn't been great.
Yeah.
I get it that he's Patrick Mahomes. I get that. And I even touched Roses. Man, he still made plays. But would you call his play MVP level this season? No.
Is he still? Just the other day, he was number 1 on most betting lines.
In
the betting odds, he was.
Yeah.
Let me just type in.
If I was betting on it right now, I'd bet Derrick Henry right now. He's my
Derrick
MVP.
Henry has been a beast. I believe they actually have Lamar Jackson
He's been
number
a
one.
fucking savage. He's hurting people for fun.
It was during that game I checked the MVP odds, and it was Mahomes was first at the time. Lamar and Josh Allen were tied for second, I think, at the time I looked it up. That was during the Niners game.
MVP, right? I'm gonna just put in rankings here to see what comes up.
Derrick Henry has to be up there.
Right here. I'm just using USA Today. I don't even know what they really have here, but I'm willing to bet it's probably similar here. Why is this like this? It doesn't matter. Anyway, right here. This is USA Today. This is from a couple of days ago right here. So CJ Stroud at 7 right here. Sam Darnold at 6. Josh Allen at 5. Mahomes at 4.
Okay.
You got to have Josh
I'd have Allen
ahead of Patrick
I'd
Mahomes.
have it. Yeah.
Jaden Daniels for the Redskins. Jared Goff.
Yeah, I brought him up the other day to John.
Lamar
Goff.
Jackson.
God, are we going to do that again? Are we going to give Lamar the MVP again just to watch that team get eliminated in the first round or second round again?
Yeah.
Really? Look, if they ride Derrick Henry, okay. I mean, that gets a lot more interesting but who knows? They got to that game last year in the playoffs and quit running the ball, and it turned into a nightmare for them. If they keep feeding Henry, they may have something there. But we know Lamar in the playoffs, that's not his strong point.
Can't count on him, man.
No,
you can't count on him. He's like Dak when it comes to the playoffs. And I'm shocked that he has 2 MVPs, man. And
Lamar,
Joe Burrow has actually played the best quarterback. But man, the Bengals are starting to wake up now. They're starting to play much, much better. Joe Burrow has been really good.
I forgot who the Bengals pulled this weekend. I can't remember.
I'm not really sure.
I think it's a big game though. It's kind of one of those games that's a make or break the season maybe for both teams. So let me just look it up.
Yeah.
Go Philadelphia Eagles.
Papa 5 has become a member on the sports channel, so now he gets access to the member streams. Member streams is pretty much like this, except Mick is cursing a whole bunch, a lot more on member streams.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So,
it's the Eagles. It's the Eagles.
They play the Eagles.
The Eagles.
Okay. Yeah. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. How much more interesting are the Browns now that Jameis Winston is the quarterback?
I was curious about that.
Dog. Man, I can't wait to watch the Browns. He's going to throw that all over.
You know what? That's going to be my early choice.
They got a better shot of winning games.
I
think Deshaun
absolutely.
Watson has what, two more years on his contract?
3, I think. No, he's in his third year now, isn't he? So yeah.
I thought I was reading something like they owe him like 2 years and like ungodly amount of money.
What's a topic that we don't agree on? Honestly, it's. I mean, we agree on most things. Now, I know you think more highly of Troy Aikman than I do. That's probably one of the bigger topics that I know that we.
Yeah.
And I, like 20 years ago, we'd have had a knockdown drag out over Troy Aikman, probably. Because 20 years ago, I wouldn't even had Troy in the Hall of Fame. But
oh, wow.
No, I looked at him the same way I look at Eli Manning right now.
What?
I kid you not. Exactly the same.
Dude, Troy Aikman's way better than Eli Manning.
Well, yeah.
It's not even close.
He is, but
Eli's not that great. Eli wasn't that great.
Look, my football acumen has grown since then, in the last 20 years. But yeah, there was a time when I was like, yeah, Troy Aikman's a product of his offensive line and Emmitt Smith and all the weapons around him. I was like, you could have dropped Steve Young in there and the Cowboys would have won 7 in a row. That's how I looked at that. I was like, oh, Troy Aikman. He was a placeholder quarterback.
I mean, who is the most overrated quarterback ever?
Brett Favre. Brett Favre, in my opinion.
What?
What? It's probably Eli Manning.
I do not rate Brett Favre at all.
Brett Favre?
No. I don't rate him.
Mistaken,
isn't it Eli Manning by
It's
default?
got to be Eli Manning by a mile.
I've got Eli Manning up there as well.
I mean, Brett Favre was a 3-time MVP. He won 3 straight
MVPs.
MVPs.
Yeah, he was light years better than Eli Manning.
Eli Manning was never in the top 10 of MVP voting.
Good Lord.
I never read Brett Favre. And Super Bowl 32 proved it. He shit the bed in Super Bowl 32 against the Broncos as well, which happens to be one of the best days of my life. That day.
Favre's one of the greatest ever. I mean, he's in my top 10. He's in my top 10.
He's not in my top 10.
Yeah.
Is
Eli in my top 100? Is Eli in my top 100? That's the question.
I have Phil Simms in my top 10 over Favre.
I have Phil Simms as better than Eli Manning.
Oh,
Phil
me
Simms
too.
is good.
Me too. Me too.
Phil Simms is good, man.
Phil Simms was a fucking good quarterback.
People don't realize
Esiason was way better than Eli Manning too.
Oh,
He was
yeah.
an MVP.
Oh, yeah.
With the Bengals.
Absolutely. Yeah. People don't realize how good Phil Simms and Boomer
Phil
were.
Simms was really good, man.
I'm old enough to have watched most of their games in their careers, and they were.
Did you ever hear about the Giants wanting to bench Phil Simms? There was so many times when there was talk about the Giants benching Eli Manning.
Yeah, well, he got benched for Geno Smith, and one could argue Geno Smith should have kept playing. We have found that out now. I mean, come on. Ben McAdoo could see it. He could see Geno was better in practice than Eli. That's why he tried to start him, and everybody lost their minds in New York. That's what happened.
Him his job.
Yeah,
it
sure did.
I have a funny feeling Mr. Pfizer will retire after this season.
Yeah, that's super chat from Kevin Henry asking if we think that Travis Kelce retires.
Yes.
He's been pretty bad this season.
I think
He's been pretty bad. He may be done after this season. And then the Taylor Swift thing may actually die out because I don't think she's just going to show up to Chiefs games if he's not playing.
Has there been a lot about her during games? Because I haven't.
Well, she hadn't been to some games because she was touring or something like that.
She's back on the road there, though.
What it is.
Yeah,
maybe that's what it is. Because it seemed like, every 12 seconds during a Chiefs game, we were having to look at that chick.
Right.
But that'll get worse as we get to the playoffs. It'll turn into like a Taylor Swift tour all of a sudden.
Right.
It looks like Dublin's getting a regular season game in 2026.
Okay, I'm pretty sure you'll be there.
Oh yeah.
What is it now? What's going to be there?
NFL game in Dublin in 2026.
Right, Fox. Yeah, the rumor is the Pittsburgh Steelers. No, I know.
Who?
I know the guy who works with NFL Ireland. He's a good friend of mine. He kind of lets it to me there. The
Steelers?
Steelers, yeah. Steelers or the Jets playing in Dublin in 2026.
I mean, you're going to want to probably go to the game regardless, but I'd probably rather have the Steelers in there because Aaron Rodgers will probably be gone by 2026. So
I think Aaron Rodgers retired at the end of this season. I think he's completely done.
That's a good question. I'm hearing a lot more about the idea that Rodgers may actually be washed,
Yeah.
So I don't know.
But the 2 weeks against the Broncos and the Vikings, he took such a beating. but I don't think he's actually recovered from it.
Yeah, he did take a beating.
He looked completely beaten up against the Broncos. He looked completely beaten up against the Vikings. But the Vikings, he didn't take as much as a beating from the Vikings than he did from the Broncos.
Oh man, sorry, I messed that up.
My favorite Favre moment was probably the his dad died game was probably.
Oh yeah.
What is this?
My favorite Brett Favre moment is when Steve Atwater completely smacked him about in Super Bowl 32 and completely changed the game for the Broncos. That's my favorite Brett Favre moment. Where one of my heroes took him out. That hit Atwater did.
People are right. They're before we want to throw dirt on Aaron Rodgers, we got to remember their offensive line is trash. It is trash.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
Yeah, but
so
he's also coming off a devastating injury too.
But it's bad. Yeah.
I mean, he's 40, going on 41? He's getting up there, man.
Yeah.
He's not going to have he's not going to be Tom Brady in his 40s.
No.
It's not going to happen.
I think because of Tom Brady, he only had the one serious injury in his career, and that was early enough, wasn't it? So
yeah, he was like 20. He's like what, 29, 30 when it happened.
Yeah, that's why he was able to last long in the league.
And not only that, man, Tom Brady got really, really smart in getting rid of the ball fast. He doesn't try to improvise, and that's the problem with a guy like Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes. That's why I don't believe Patrick Mahomes is going to be playing till he's 40 either. I mean, because we know he loves to run around with the ball. He can't do that. He's going to have to get rid of the ball fast if he wants to extend his career.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like I could see Bo Nix having a long career. But he's got but like I say, but he runs the ball a lot though as well. That's the problem. Because Bo Nix doesn't hardly get sacked.
Yep. All right. Man, we've been going over an hour right now. Hour and 10 minutes flew by. That was fast. Anything else, man? We need to cover roads.
I've got to remind myself because the clocks go back in Europe this week, so it'd be earlier next week for me, even though it'd be normal time for you. So, and also, Consuela Harris sucks rhinoceros dicks.
How do I follow that?
Yeah.
Everybody's injured. It's a mash unit.
It's a mash unit on the 49ers, man.
Yeah.
It ain't looking good. Rhodes actually believes that the Cowboys are going to beat
McCaffrey playing this year. I can tell you something now. Christian McCaffrey's not playing this year.
Remember you texted
Christian McCaffrey's not playing
last week? You said the Cowboys are probably going to beat the 49ers.
I was kidding. I was kidding about that. I was kidding about that. Yeah, it depends.
I can't see Christian McCaffrey playing this year.
It's my understanding McCaffrey might be back, and if he comes back, it's going to change a bunch. It'll change a lot for us. So, honestly, that and Debo was supposedly just sick. So if we got Kittle, we got McCaffrey, and we got Debo playing in this game, I'm taking the Niners. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
all right.
We got the Panthers Sunday night, Sunday evening, and I'll be sat Sunday afternoon in Denver. But we are expected to beat the Panthers, but I'm not getting complacent or anything like that. You know, shit can happen. So if we go to the Ravens next week 5-3, I'll be happy. Then it's the Ravens, Chiefs, and Falcons.
Yeah. Well, all right, guys.
I believe we can beat the Chiefs, even with their star-studded receiver core now.
All right, guys. Well, we appreciate everybody coming out. Thanks for the super chats and donations. The regular member stream will return next Friday.
Don't forget, guys, vote Donald Trump if you want your freedom.
Yep.
Peace. We're out.
Till next time.